What's up, you guys? I'm going to show you guys a workout using this thing, but basically I thought of an idea how to extend kind of the squat stand for Weider Ultimate Body Works and or Total Gym. A lot of people have been asking about this, and I haven't really gave it too much thought. The other day I was driving home, I was just trying to think about it for a little bit, and the idea popped in my head. I know there's ways you can buy whole stands, and you can buy you could get a lot more kind of handy with this stuff. I'm not really a handyman, and I'd like stuff really simple. And so really I just thought of the idea, I put a board across it, and then I realized I have an old skateboard that actually wasn't even mine, but has no wheels on it. So basically I found that, luckily this is a good thing if you're a pack rat like me, you don't throw stuff away. I just kind of threw that across initially without the bands, and then it kept moving around, flying all over the place. And then again, just thinking really quickly, I'm I have all these bands right here. I started looping the bands around. I tried one band, then two bands. Basically you want multiple bands to make it nice and tight. These are the same resistance bands that I use in all my videos, so maybe you might want something stronger. If you do for something stronger, that's a better idea. You want a lot more, you want it to be as firm, as compact as possible, because if you only have one band, it moves around, and the big problem you're going to have if you start using this, you'll see in the workouts, it was very secure. The only problem you're going to have is it kind of going down on you. So basically you want it really tight. You just want it really tight and secure is all I'm trying to say. That way it's not moving at all. It's not going to shove down at all. And the extra bands really just give it an extra it just basically makes it kind of more just solid and just kind of locks in a little bit more. So very easy to set up. And again, it's just making use of the stuff we're already using in the video. So I think that makes it even better. So you got the stuff laying around, just loop it around a few times and just leave it on there. I definitely would recommend taking it off when you're done though, so you don't, wear the bands out and break the bands. But I thought this was a great use of stuff we're already doing. Links down below to the actual bands that I use. And again, I use the bands. Why I like the bands that I use is because you get a $20 back code once you review it, so they only really cost you $9. So the link to those resistance bands down below. I did a whole video about resistance bands on Amazon, and they're all kind of the same, but this one gives you, I think, the best promo code back. You don't have to use a skateboard. You could use something else. And again, if you're really handy, maybe you definitely could rig up something that's a lot better than this. But this is kind of what I was using, and you can see again kind of how I rigged it together. Definitely more secure. This is the first time me playing with it, so you're just going to see a workout basically with me doing this. And this is one of those workouts on a Friday. Now, one thing really quick, I'm going to do this one time. The one disadvantage is, again, if you're squatting on it like this, you can get a wider base, but notice a better thing would be if I can get this a little bit higher. Meaning that your knees you still might have that issue of your knees kind of going over the ankles a little bit with this, but I still think you get a wide enough base, or it might not be too much of a deal. Where this really shines is in the sorry, my cell phone went off. Where this really shines is in this squat right here. So getting this nice long base right here, you get a nice wide base. You can see my knees right here, just how much they can really kind of open up, and really again the knees don't really pass by the ankles too much. It's like a normal squat, but this really made this exercise kind of a game changer. This was always one of my favorite leg exercises I discovered in kind of recent really months. I didn't really start doing this till recently. And so basically the workout, I thought I'm just gonna make this. It was a Friday when I made this. Again, the routines and all the links are down below too, is what I follow. But basically I was just going to do this for sets, just make it a very simple workout. It was kind of end of the day, I wanted something really simple to do for legs, and I thought I'll just do tons of reps with this. When I used to go to the gym, one of my favorite workouts was just putting 135 or 225 and just working up to 100 reps, sets of 10 or something like that. And so I kind of took that same model and did it here, where really I just started. You can see I use the dumbbell, how I have it here, and I got the bungees attached as well on the Weider Ultimate Body Works, and I was just shooting for 10 to 15 reps, and with each set, progressive set with this, I just keep upping the weight a little bit. Eventually you'll see at the end I do this for a few reps, and then I just kind of go back to something I did in my previous leg workout, which was my single arm deadlift, which I really love that exercise as well. As far as I just thought overall it felt really good. It was one of those things where you got kind of fatigued fairly quickly. I think it really dissipates the weight, I think, on your quads, hamstrings, and glutes. So when you're doing this is one of those exercises where if you're not really thinking about it, you can use a little more quads, but if you kind of sit back and engage your glutes and hamstrings a little bit more, it really does, in my opinion, really evenly hit all those muscles, lower body. So this is one of those things, like I say a lot, I'm a big volume person. You could do this for as many sets or reps as you really want. Since we can't really load up a lot of external load, you really can just take advantage of doing a lot more repetitions. And honestly, I don't know. I got, honestly, 15 reps was fine. Like, I never got to 20. 15 was like a point where, like, I think that was basically enough. I was getting fatigued enough where I stopped. Even though I increased the weight in that power block that I have, you'll see me work my way up to about, I think the closest to the max. I didn't do the full 90. I think I had 80 pounds on there. It definitely makes it harder, but since you're on this sled, it's not like really noticeably harder, but it did just get to be a little bit more annoying kind of holding it and clasping it the way I did. The lighter weight was better because I could put my hands kind of on the inside. So the reason I actually went down in weight was just because it felt like it was starting to get harder just to kind of hold that. And you're really not holding it because the weight's heavy enough. The point I'm trying to make is I actually, towards the latter sets of this particular exercise, I kind of just liked it back down to 40 and 50 pounds. You can also comment on, again, the weight, about what this thing is holding. So people have talked about, what the weight limit is. You're seeing right now, 90 pounds of, that might be 90, that's 80 pounds. I can see the other piece on the ground. That's 90 pounds, and then that's not my full weight, but I weigh 210, 205. So this max weight limit is 250, and you can see the weight that this thing's kind of holding on this thing. It's really kind of holding its own as far as just the actual weight it's holding. So keep that in mind as far as this just showcases, again, just the weight limit of this thing. Yeah, is it bowing down a little bit? You saw me pull that weight off. It didn't really bow that much. So, and this board, you can see how easy it is for me to get on there. Again, when I only had one band on there, it was not easy. In fact, I almost gave up because I thought, this isn't going to work. It was slipping all over the place, and I felt like the board was going to slide out underneath it. But when you put enough resistance bands on there, and I didn't even use all of them, you really do get a kind of tight seal on that. So pretty much, I'm actually just going to keep talking. We have one more set here, and then I'm going to get into the single arm deadlift, and then I'll wrap up this video. So again, this is more like an informative video, just showing you guys how you can get that wider base. Hopefully this is informative to you guys about using that. Some of you guys that are just handy in general, you could figure out a zillion different better ways to do this. I like things that are just very straightforward and simple. I don't have to maximize a lot of stuff. Some people like doing that. Not to say, again, I guess if you bought a bigger pad or you made something more efficient, that'd probably be the best option, but you can maybe I'm just making excuses for being lazy. They actually do sell something like this. I think I saw on Amazon for an attachment that does go a little bit wider. I honestly haven't looked at it too much, so maybe I will look at that in the future and give you guys, maybe I'll buy it and see, give you guys a personal review about that. But now the next kind of sequence that I do is just basically this single arm deadlift. And I said this in the last leg workout, if you've been following my workouts, that I love this. I did like the double deadlift, kind of squat to deadlift in the center, and basically at the end I wrapped up with this one last workout, and I realized I forgot how much I really like this exercise. So it's just a nice exercise to kind of get a little more higher reps. I think I just did 5, and then eventually I go 6 each side and switch hands. Just really good at working the lower back, glutes, and hamstrings. You can get a lot more reps out of it. I think it just feels good. It feels really flexible. I think people of all ages and that levels could really benefit from doing this exercise. Main thing is just making sure the dumbbells is kind of close to you right in front. So that was it. Hopefully that was informative and useful, that you guys may pick up something like that. I know not everybody's going to have like a skateboard or something like that. I guess I should have said that from the beginning. But if you find any kind of piece of wood, or you can probably go to the hardware store and get something a lot better than what I had and get it cut exactly to your specs. Now you might have to get definitely a strong piece of wood, but definitely that would be something doable you could do to just make an easy extension to what is already there. And now that I'm thinking about it, I might even do something with that board, even pressing wise. So you could do some stuff with the upper body having a larger base. I'm just thinking kind of creatively some things. So there's a lot of different opportunities you could do, and things and exercise that open up the more parts and extensions you kind of get with this machine, which kind of again makes this machine a great thing. So as always, please help me out by giving a like and also sharing or subscribing to this video if you guys are new. I will put this into the playlist as far as lower body exercises, and if you guys have any questions or comments and suggestions for future videos, definitely feel free, and always that's really helpful to help me let me know what you guys want to see. So thanks again.